back. Now, this is a bad place because sometimes Debbie will jump you here. So that's why you gotta push this. So he can't. Because someone of that size clearly... Okay, there was a medallion in the drain. Okay. Because apparently Debbie can't push that.
Huh.
Now, Debbie is built like a beast.
But Fiona can.
She uses her tits.
Go, Huey.
She pushes with her breasts, and since they're an unstoppable force, they push whatever comes her way.
Good boy.
I don't know.
We don't need to go into detail. We don't need to go into detail. Shut your mouth.
We don't need to talk about it.
No, we don't.
They heard it, they heard it. If not, oh well.
Now, Debbie should be leaving us alone.
No. Well, nope, there he is.
Nope, he fucked with me.
I was about to say, nope, he's probably jerking in the corner. And then I'm like, oh no, what?
Well, I didn't want... Hopefully, if Huey's still there, Hopefully, Huey is still there. Yep. I didn't want to waste it on this part, because he'll just come right back, but...
Demon puppy! Huey, eat!
Jesus!
And the bloodstains are not yet, not there.
Now, we got to avoid him again.
Minus a point for consistency. There's no blood prints. Even though in the FMV you clearly showed blood prints. You're getting a point taken
now,
off
I believe
of
that he can jump over this fence. That's the power of teamwork.
That's fucking teamwork!
Teamwork.
Good boy.
What's your favorite dish? I won't make it for you.
That's okay. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you. What's your favorite dish? I'm not gonna cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar!
That's it.
That's the end of that, because copyright.
Flag.
Instantly flagged by YouTube Nazis, I mean heroes.
Oh, did you hear about that new thing that YouTube's doing where people...
YouTube heroes, yes. I've seen stuff about it.
Yeah. Why? Like...
Because Google does not want to do any work.
That's just horrible. Like...
You thought I was lazy. At least I'm not manipulating millions of people to do the people's job who they're supposed to be paying, by the way.
No, but you get like, what was it, like YouTube credits or something where you get functions that you could do, like you could pretty up your profile or something like that, right? Is that like what they give you?
Pretty much. And you can like do some other shit, but who cares?
It's like the banner thing. Only people who made content could get the banner. In fact, that's the only reason why our friend Jim made content at one point, because he wanted the banner. And now everyone can have a banner.
And back then, you had to be partnered to get longer than 15-minute videos, and now everybody can do that.
Unless you're like restricted or something like that.
Yeah, but that's alright. 15 minutes is a good round number for people, because usually nowadays people are too busy with other shit or want to do some other stuff.
15's a nice balance.
Yes, it is.
Unless you're doing like a podcast, then like 15 is like nothing.
But then again, you go on another website for that one, like Twitch or something.
There's a lot of YouTube podcasts I listen to, but yeah.
Okay, we need to get away from this guy.
Yeah, I listen to podcasts. Bite me, asshole.
It's alright. I like to watch reaction videos.
They're pretty fun. They give me fun. Like, again, I watch a show where
Not right now, dude.
Huey!
Oh, the hole in the wall was trying to molest me. So I told him later.
Though, I watch videos of a guy who gets bootleg toys and critiques them and then plays with them. And he'll never find you.
He might. Well, it's too late to get Huey in here now.
Huey, run! No, Harry, he's bigger than you!
Am I not supposed to get a camera of where he is?
Only when he's in the area with you.
Well, I hear him.
Yeah, but he's not on the screen.
Yeah.
This ain't Siren that has a
He's
good...
attacking Huey.
I can't hear anything. See, if this was Siren, you would have been able to see what the enemy sees.
Yeah, but the difference between this and Siren is that I don't have to go through so much bullshit and die because I forgot to put a towel in a certain location.
Oh yeah, Siren had those like...
Or worse, Code Veronica just because you didn't put the fire extinguisher in the item box.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I was so pissed.
You had...
I was so pissed. I got all the way there. Like, I went through so much bullshit.
Okay, you know what? I refuse this to be an episode.
I went through so much trouble in Code Veronica. Like, we were stuck on the plane boss fight. Like, for
Okay, there we go.
the longest time. The plane fight where you have to fight the tyrant on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
We were stuck on it. Like, for so long. And then I finally beat it by, instead of going straight to the save point was before the plane fight, and, you had to do some runaround mission. Well, you had to run forward, get like a key or something, and then you go into the plane, and then you take off, and then you do the boss battle. But the save point was right before the runaround mission, runaround part.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
I took like the time and like grind up like a bunch of different ammo and shit like that. By like, instead of going forward, going back into the complex and, you know, item hunting and everything. And then we finally beat the tyrant. I was so fucking happy because we could continue with the story. And I was like, yes, great, finally.
Oh, let me equip some magnesia. Basically, with magnesia is that you drop it and it will make a bomb.
Landmine.
Yeah, basically.
But I'm like, yes, finally, we can finally continue. Got, you know, Chris's cutscene starts to play. He's like, yes, this is great. And then we get to the fire part, and I'm like, oh, okay. How do I get past this fire? I'm like, oh, I gotta find a fire signature. Let me look around.
Before we do that...
Let me look around. So I start to, like, look around, trying to find the fire signature. Couldn't find it. I was like, huh. That is weird. I've been everywhere. I'm like, maybe it's behind one of the locked doors. Maybe I need to find a key. So I start looking for a key. And I'm like, okay, can't find a key. Maybe I need to do some obscure puzzle to get a key. So I went around the rooms trying to clicking on everything. Trying to find some obscure puzzle.
And now because we did this, Debilitize is going to come right back, even more pissed off than before.
Couldn't you just drop something on him in here, though?
Nope.
But so try to find some obscure puzzle, like I don't know, a Tyrak puzzle or something. I don't know. And found nothing. Found absolutely nothing. Around this time, like, we had internet, but
he's coming.
Like, around this time, we had internet, but it wasn't like ideal internet, and we weren't like on it constantly. So, what happened?
Oh yeah, it explodes over time.
That's dumb. Well, anyways, so when we did get online, I'm like, this is pissing me off. I'm like, maybe someone has something about it, you know. Can we find anything about this damn?
It's gonna find me out anyways.
Like, can we find anything about this like damn file, this damn file signature and you know, stupid shit. Looked it up, and it turned out that we needed to take the file signature that Claire got in like the fucking beginning of the game and leave it in the box. Because if we didn't leave
That's
it...
right, Huey. Hide under with me.
Because if we didn't leave it in the box, Chris couldn't use it. And if Chris couldn't use it, Chris couldn't get the key... couldn't continue forward. You know how pissed I was?
You pretty much just told us your life story.
Robert rant. Here you go, people.
Well, here he comes. Well, here's something else about Haunted Ground. When enemies chase you, it's never a dull moment.
Well, yeah, to be fair, there was really nothing going on. Like,
Ah, crap, the luminescence here. He's gonna give me away.
to be fair, nothing was going on. You ran around.
Or not.
To be fair, Matt, nothing was going on. You ran around. You triggered Debbie like 100 times. You hid for a good majority of the time.
Well, Fiona's really good at hiding.
I mean, need to fill that blank emptiness with something.
True.
So I ranted about Veronica X. It's not a bad game. I mean, I enjoy it. It was an awkward Resident Evil title, I will say that, but it wasn't bad.
Yep, he found us.
I guess that's the best way of saying what Veronica.
It wasn't the best, but it definitely wasn't the worst.
Oh no. I mean, it's not bad. It's fun. If you can play it, play it. It is an awkward Resident Evil. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just, you know, it's an awkward title. They tried making it first person again. You can luckily turn that shit off. Like, you can turn the first person on and off. I advise keeping the first person off. Do not try to play Veronica in first person. It's just...
Now let's do this to avoid him.
Ugh. But no, it's a decent enough.
And what do you know? We got away from him.
It's no 4.
No.
Huey.
And that's a good thing.
For those who say, oh, but 4's the best, shut up. No, it's not.
It's one of the worst.
Huey.
Alright, now we'll go to the rape hole. We'll head to the top of the tower to the puzzle room, and then we'll call it an episode.
I don't know if we're the only ones that share that like assessment, but 4 really was not a good game.
You wanna know why? You wanna know one reason why you knew this wasn't a really good game?
Why?
It took 3 games to get the aiming right.
Yeah. It took 3 versions of the fucking game to get the aiming right. The GameCube one was...
Slow as shit. The PS2 one was clunky.
The Wii one, oddly enough,
Because of the motion control.
was the best.
Huey,
Does that make it a good game? No!
Huey,
Okay, you know, I get it. You know,
no.
it's called Biohazard, and they deal with it's actually dealt with biological weapons and all that. You know, I'm not gonna say it's not Resident Evil because it doesn't have zombies. You know,
Huey,
the fact that we got zombies in the first place is a fucking miracle. Okay, I'm not dumb. And I know zombies evolve into the Lickles. If you want to, you know, test that knowledge, look it up. The zombies go from zombies to Crimson Heads to Lickles to Lickle Alpha, and then I think Gamma.
I think the Gamma ones was from the Parasite in Resident Evil 5.
Might have been. But, the point is the zombies eventually become...
Look at that item. Look at me missing that item. Look at me not giving a shit about that item.
The point is, the zombies eventually become the Lickles. I know the Hunters, you know, I know there's biological weapons. Fine, you know. The Last Plaga, I mean, they...
End of the episode, you're gonna have to rant about it later! Continue your rant.
Okay. The Last Plaga was not a bad idea, okay? You know, you want to stick with, like, you know, the traditional, Resident Evil is based off of B horror films. Fine. You know, the Plaga actually was not a bad idea. I will give them props for the Plaga.
The enemies were weak, though. I wasn't saying, like, physically weak, even though they totally were. But, like, weak as in that they really dropped the idea of, these could be stealthy monsters because of the fact that they could pretend to be human and you wouldn't know who you could trust.
No, like...
Alright, this has got to get moved.
But then again, like, the idea of, like, you're in this, like, foreign country and you are not safe anywhere. Like, period, you know.
You are not welcomed here.
You know, they kind of did that. Actually, no, they didn't kind of. They did that. They did that in Call of Cthulhu's Dark Corners of the Earth when you went to Innsmouth.
Outsider.
Like, you will not.
And to be fair, that also wasn't well done with people having people to keep on the down low.
Well, no, that's the thing. The game didn't need them to be on the down low. You know, when you arrived there, things seemed off. Things seemed weird. Something was just not right. And you know, they could have done that with Resident Evil, but like as soon as they saw Leon, you know, they straight up attacked him. Which, okay, fine. You know, you could argue like, you know,
no, they could have just been like, they could have just mouthed them off. They could have just showed him like minor hostility because, you know, he's a foreigner. They shouldn't have, like, grabbed the fucking fire axe and tried to fucking scalp him. They should have, like, yelled at him, like, in Spanish, like, fuck you, asshole.
True, if they're trying to be all secretive about this, then again, Salazar was not really... Salazar or Sadler was not really, like, secretive about it. But, you know, if you want to go with, like, the B-horror trope, you know, fine, you know.
You know what I love the most about Sadler, oddly?
What?
He rants about the American prevailing being a cliche in his Hollywood movies, yet he's acting like a cliched B-filmed villain.
Yep.
Points for Sadler, and then they're taken away because he's dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Because apparently you can rebel when you're being brainwashed.
Like, 4 was just a clunky mess. Like,
and then there's the elephant in the room.
What?
Ashley. I love Resident Evil having to be an escort mission.
You know, when Resident Evil 7, not 7, Resident Evil 7's not out yet. When Resident Evil 0 did the escort mission, they did it right.
It wasn't even an escort mission. The person you had could legitimately fight back.
Yeah. But,
No,
it
this
was,
one need the lunar refractor.
it was still kind of an escort mission. Like, you still had to...
No, you had a tag along. That's different from an escort. Look how shiny that is.
And, okay, I am not going to rag on 4's story too much because, again, you know,
Huey.
Resident Evil never had, like, the most, you know, holier-than-thou story.
No.
It was, you know, it was a B film story, which, oddly enough, made it really good.
Mm-hmm.
The remake took it a little bit more seriously, and again, the remake did very good.
Oh, it's one of the best games.
4 is just... I don't know, like... It just felt like it was just... too much of a crowd pleaser as well. Like, people like, oh, we like Leon from 2, you know... Where was Leon? What happened to Leon? And it's like... Well, okay. You know, here's Leon. This is what he's been doing. And because of 4, they had to change a lot of, like, what was viewed as canon before.
But then again, the only way to actually view the canonicity, if you can call it that, was 1, the Wesker files, and 2, if you got every single file in Resident Evil 3.
Yep.
Where are you, Huey?
Come on.
What you had to do was you had to pick up every single file in 3, and you got the...
Fuck it. I know where to go.
And you got the, you know, where are they now, you know, files. Or
Oh, there you are,
Jill's
Huey.
diary. You got Jill's diary, which was the events of the future, somehow. Well, not really the future, but what happened to characters. And then there was the Wesker Report, which came out, I think, with a collector's edition of Veronica?
It came out in the Code Veronica X edition because there was Code Veronica for the Dreamcast, but Code Veronica X changed a few things.
Yeah.
Go, Huey.
And that was pretty much Wesker recapping everything that has happened from,
Go, Huey.
like, 1 all the way up to...
Ah, fuck you, Huey. I know the way to go. Now, we can do this 2 ways. We can either kill Debilitas, or we can drop something on him. I usually... You know what? We're gonna go back and save, actually, before this boss fight.
Because Matt can die.
Yep.
Easy.
Boss fights were kinda... not really treated all that well in this game.
But, yeah, like...
Huey.
Because it's mainly a mechanic to have Huey do stuff while you do side stuff.
But, yeah, like...
Huey.
I don't know. 4 was just...
Alright, let's save the game.
The thing is, they had a really... Which a lot of people called it Resident Hills.
Huey.
But, there was a Resident Evil 4, like, demo.
Huey.
That looked really Silent Hill 4. Well, Silent Hill-ish.
But it looked really good. Like, you can find this on YouTube. Like, type in, like,
Resident Evil 4 early demo.
yeah, Resident Evil 4 early demo, or what Resident Evil 4 could have been, or something like that.
Just Resident Evil 4 early demo. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, there's a really good one that someone did, but,
Yeah, it's called Resident Evil 4 early demo.
well, no, it's like, what Resident Evil 4 could have been, and he pretty much ripped Resident Evil 4 a new asshole and speaks of, like, the demo, but, like, that looked really good. Granted, it had its own flaws. Like, the reason... Okay, I'm just gonna spoil it. The reason, like, Leon would be seeing, like, ghosts and inanimate dolls coming to life and all this other stuff isn't due to, like, a new virus. Leon would have been injected with the same virus that Wesker injected with himself, and this is the hallucinations of him adapting to the virus. That was, like, the original ideal, but at the same time they're like, They're like, do we want to give Leon like the same, like, you know, the same virus as Wesker, this and that, and they kind of still played with that idea with Leon, you know, getting injected by the Las Plaga just to have it promptly removed. Because, you know, Mega Man pew pew lasers. That's just kicking there. Yep, this is the boss fight. Hey, he can do what you do.
No, not crouch. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a more stronger move. The
If
shoulder
she'll do it.
tackle. You can also have him destroy it if you...
If you can time it right.
Yeah.
This one. There we go.
There we go. Much easier. Much simpler.
Now, before we end this session of recording, we're gonna do something real quick, and then we'll call it.
But yeah, Resident Evil 4 was just
It was a mess.
Plus, it was under the assumption that horror was good and dead, and action was, you know, where it was at. So they're like, "Oh, we gotta do this action. We gotta do this action game. You know, this is where it's at. This is what the kids like nowadays." Look at all them Call of Duty people and all that. And again, that's what 5 was mainly.
Yeah, but that's more fun because you can play with someone else.
5 is fun if you have someone to play with. Yes.
If you don't, then it's okay. It's okay.
It's alright.
Better than 4, but it's okay.
And then 6?
Even with somebody, maybe if you're playing with somebody, you can get a good laugh, but otherwise it really doesn't work. And the split screen sucks!
Yeah.
It is one of the worst split screens I have ever seen in my life! Who is the fuck nugget who thought that was a good idea to make each split screen window mode?
That's how all the split screen multiplayer games are done nowadays. And it sucks because, you know, you have the fucking technology to make a good split screen.
And now he sees me as not a doll, but a goddess.
You don't have to, like, make it so it's like, you know, garbage.
You took a beating for my sake. Now, we're gonna test out this Magna Esca. I believe this is the good one. Can't use that here? Nope. Yes, I can. Fuck you. Okay, yes. That is the good one.
Huey.
It's the B Esca that's really bad for him. Because that's just like an onion. Speaking of which... There we go. This is another problem with Haunting Ground. When the camera changes and you're holding a direction, Fiona immediately darts off to the side direction.
Whee! Off the cliff I go. If you like Resident Evil 4, you know, there's something wrong with you.
No, there's nothing wrong with them. If they like Resident Evil 4, they like Resident Evil 4, just keep it away from me. Because I already own a copy. Because fuck you, I want to keep my collection set.
There's something wrong with you. No.
Huey.
I had to crack my neck.
Now, if we went here before, when Debbie was chasing us, there would be a cutscene where we could throw a doll at him, and that's a chance to run away. But since he's nice to us now, he's not gonna bother us. In fact, he's gonna give us a present.
A present?
A present. I don't know why you're acting like that, Fiona. You were brave enough to walk up to him.
Yeah.
Okay, little thing about this. This key goes to the locked stall in the bathroom. But, since we were beating the game, there's going to be an extra item in there. Which would explain how she gets it, because in the regular gameplay at the end, it's never explained how she got possession of this specific item.
What item?
The key to the gate. So you can get an early ending to the game. But only if you saved Debbie by dropping the chandelier on him.
Huey.
But yeah, we can get like ending E.
Which is the stand up and go.
Pretty much. But
Huey.
yeah. Regularly there would just be an equip item for you down here, which is okay for me to grab because of the fact that you normally get it like this, and it's not through it's not through a alchemy machine, so it's okay.
How do you even figure out the one with the alchemy machines like stuff? Like, is there something that says like type
At
in...
the end of the game, you get something that says, "Hey, type in Adamus, you schmuck." But I looked up where the other items were, so... Normally you would get... That's not it, but we can leave with that. But normally you would just get the metal boots, which upgrades your kicking power. And since that's not created through the medallions, that's okay for us to grab.
Clang, clang, clang.
A large brass key. I wonder where this key fits. Even though you literally just said where it would.
Huey.
But yeah, that's the end of this recording session. Let's just have Fiona take a drink here. Status restored. And we're gonna call it here. Fiona's just gonna go take a shower. And while she does that, we'll see you guys later. Bye!
Bye.